So once again I find myself in a position of having to make a tool. I've started already, drilled out. This is a hammerhead that I found somewhere. I really don't remember where. It would have been thrown away by someone. But looking at it, this thing has never worked. Someone with a cack hand, some people are able to break hammers. Somebody had snapped off this handle without this hammer actually ever having worked at all. It's a 4-pound hammer. It says it on the side, yeah, it's punched in there, 4 pounds, so 2 kilograms. So what I'm going to do, I'm busy taking out what was left of the handle. Then I've got to find myself a bit of pipe that fits in there, or rod. And I'm going to make a claw of some sort. If I had 20mm round bar, I'd just cut a slot so I could hook it into the side of that metal where that hole is, and then just use this as a slide hammer to get the energy outward. Because at the moment there's no way I can get any tools really in there to get the dent outward without putting another one in. Because if you try and put it in the hole and you try and lift to straighten that side out, then you push this side in, and both sides are dented already. So no matter how I go, there is a weakness. So if you lift that side, you're going to put a dent in there. Once you've corrected that, if you go back this way, you're going to do the same thing, and I can't get in from behind. This looks quite familiar. Can't get in there. Anyway, so I'm going to try and make a slide hammer with this piece of pipe or rod with a claw of some sort. I might end up using a bit of flat bar, 2 pieces welded together very close to each other that I can just hook on or clip on, so that when you slide it and bang it, you get the energy pulling outward. Or, as I said, I'll have a look in my stash if I've got something along the lines of 20mm rebar. But for the moment, right now, it's just about getting all this shite out. Right now we've got to find a rod to slide that on. But I'm happy. I suppose you couldn't see what the hell I was doing, could you? But there you go. Much better. So yeah, this will be my slide hammer. If I really wanted to, I could weld a little handle on the side so that when you're sliding it, you can control it more. But I'll just use this and have a back plate at the end of it. So yeah. Right, we have a handle from an old pair of loppers shears. Shape is good because it's oval, so that'll go in there. I need to put the stop for it. Weld that piece onto the end there, and hopefully we have, along with that, something which I can use to slide and pull every time it hits the stop. So that shouldn't be too difficult to make up. I'll clean these up quickly, get the welders started, go to zap them together, and hopefully we have a tool. Fingers crossed. A lot of my work is fingers crossed. Weld that on there, and that should be able to do the job at pulling. I've rounded all the edges just to keep them soft as well. So let's get a welder together quickly. simple slide hammer. Hopefully it works. I'm sure it'll work. Right, let's see if this does the job. Well, it fits in for a start. It's coming out. That side's good. We still have the other bedside that has the same problem, and it's got a dent over there, but that dent I can get into. It's these buggers that there's no way you can get through all of this sort of back sections. So my welding just exactly grabs the hammerhead. That's much better now. I'm happy with that. Actually, this metal is shifted over here, so that has to be pushed back again. Probably can't see much on the video, but it's getting better for sure. Right, all of this noise is all about this. Trying to get that, which fits in a very specific way, but to get that to fit. So that has to be flush as possible. I need to bring that out a little bit more. The side is almost right. I think if this comes out a bit more, that's probably going to maybe drop, or it might stay as it is. But bottom line is I need to bring this side out a little bit more. And then we have a tail light, reverse light or a backup light, depending on how you want to look at them. This thankfully hasn't distorted, so that's easy enough. You put the units in, put the bezels around them, and they're done. This one's a little bit more awkward because it's quite shiny and showy. And seeing as I'm putting new parts on everywhere, everything has to be done properly. Hence the fact that I started off making this little slide hammer, because I don't own a slide hammer. In fact, watch me now. I bet you there's a slide hammer in Nick's box of tools that's lying in the corner there. If there's one, I'm going to feel really stupid, but it's okay.